want to tell you about a kind of season most Christian men go through without ever being able to name it. It is not a season of rebellion. It is not a season of crisis. It is something so much quieter than that. It is something that I like to call the drift. I lived in it for years without knowing that I was even in it. And here's what this looked like for me. So I was going to church. I was raising 2 kids. I was working hard in a career that I had built from nothing. I was filling my time up with hobbies, activities, with things that weren't in and of themselves bad, but when they all added up, they had crowded out the one thing that I needed most. And when things started to break down and I took an honest, hard look at my life, I realized that there was no room for God in it. I was a husband. I was a father. I was on paper a Christian man doing the, in quotes, right things, but underneath all of it, my walk with God had gone quiet. I was not reading the scripture like I used to. I was not praying the same way that I used to. And when I did pray, the prayers had become short, transactional, and mostly about asking God to bless what I was already doing. My faith had moved from the center of my life to a kind of background setting. I didn't lose my faith. It wasn't it at all. I never doubted. I just stopped paying attention to it. And here is the thing about drift, guys. It is gradual. Nobody wakes up one morning and decides, I'm going to drift from God. You wake up one morning and you realize you already have. And the reason that drift is so dangerous is because it does not feel like sin. It feels like being busy. It feels like responsibility. It feels like adulthood. But Scripture warns us about exactly this kind of season. Hebrews 2 verse 1 says this: we must pay the most careful attention to what we have heard so that way we do not drift away. The author of Hebrews doesn't say we might walk away. He says we might drift. That word is specific. It is motion that you did not choose. So think of this analogy. There's a boat that was tied to the dock and it's slowly slipping, floating away out into the lake because the rope loosened over time. And that was me. And if I'm honest, I really think it's a lot of Christian men these days. They're doing all the right things, but quietly slipping, not aware of how far they have moved from where they used to be until it's too late. If anything I'm describing sounds familiar, ask God to wake you up. He is faithful. He will. He did it for me.